We've travelled to southern Poland and the beautiful city of Kielce in the Holy Cross Mountains. This town has always had a passion for sport, with the country's best handball team based here at the Hala Legionów, the venue for this season's World Pool Masters. So far in the quarter-finals, we've seen a fantastic display from the Polish #1 in front of his home crowd. Mateusz Śniegocki was trailing 4-1 to Canadian Alex Pagulayan, but fought back to take the match 8-6.
Polish pool has never had a weekend quite like this. Their first man is through to the semi-finals.
Then last time out, Dennis Orkolo and Mika Immonen faced off, with Robocop dominating the later stages of the match.
Dennis Orkolo comes through comfortably. He's into the semi-finals of the club WPT.com World Pool Masters.
The semi-finals in the top half of the draw in this Club WPT.com World Pool Masters are now set. Poland will take on the Philippines as Śniegocki faces Orkolo. The second semi-final still to be decided who'll make it through from our next match between another Polish player, the 19-year-old Wojciech Szewczyk, against the experienced Dutchman Nick van den Berg.
I know I'm not a favorite in any of the match in World Pool Masters, but I'm feeling quite good. I'm aware that Nick is a great player, and it's gonna be a tough match for sure.
This win will be very important to me. I have not won a Masters tournament yet. Finished second once in 2009, so yeah. I know I could do it, but let's just take it match by match, and well, I got one down, 3 to go.
This is a quarter-final that everyone is looking forward to. And I'll tell you what, if this match is equal to Wojciech Szewczyk's win over Ko Pin-Yi in the first round, we are in for a right royal treat. They lag for break.
Wojciech Szewczyk wins
and
the
Szewczyk has won it.
Yes, Phil. Nick
rack,
told me
race
that
to
he
eight,
was happy to have witnessed
Wojciech Szewczyk to
Wojciech's win over Ko Pin-Yi, because Wojciech really played phenomenal, showed all his skills and his knowledge, so that Nick doesn't fall in the trap of underestimating him.
Look at the two ball still spinning, only just coming to rest now. Yes, this teenager, Wojciech Szewczyk, it's a tough name to say, and he's a tough player to beat.
I thought it was great after his win over Ko Pin-Yi, how he thanked the audience. Just as if he's playing in the arena for a decade now. Only had his breakthrough a couple of months ago, getting to the final of the Euro Tour in Austria. He lost there against Ikonomopoulos. And then after, of course, that final in Manila. Push out from Wojciech, where there's nothing to gain. Needs to clip it. He will leave a shot for Nick. A shot to work with.
When we came here and started the tournament, I think everyone concerned thought it would be agreeable to see at least one of the Polish players, and 4 of them were in the starting lineup. At least one of them it would have been nice to see in the quarterfinals, but collectively they've far exceeded expectations.
No shot on for Wojciech, so Nick felt forced to take on the bank shot. Luckily for him, no shot on for Wojciech, and the safety battle continues. Wants to catch quarter ball. Well, that's a clever shot. Of course he risks leaving it, but he didn't trust attempting to hit the 1 ball on the top side. Smart man, Wojciech.
A sponge, he absorbs things quickly.
Nick wants a full ball contact. So the first open shot now. Difficulty not the sinking of the 2 ball, but control of the 1 ball. Unintentional pocketing of the 1. So the fight for initiative will begin again.
Extension called.
One point we must make as well, Alex, that we haven't touched on yet. For the European players left in the tournament, if one of them were to go on and capture the title, that would significantly boost their hopes of maybe being selected for the Mosconi Cup team. Which is the ultimate carrot. Szewczyk doubles the 3 ball. Shape on the 5. Just thinking, you know, about an interesting dynamic about playing at home. Only 18 years of age. First time he's been involved in a big international event like this on Polish soil. Obviously enjoying it. Reminiscent of the Chinese snooker player Ding Shunwei, who was 18 when he won the China Open in Beijing as a wildcard entry in April 2005, overcoming no less than Stephen Hendry in the final. Since then, though, he finds playing at home extremely difficult, buried under a burden of expectation. And it was a similar story with Thailand's James Watana. He won the Thailand Masters, 1994 and again in 1995. But after that, again, expectations became too heavy. All of this, though, for Szewczyk is brand new and at the moment enjoyable. He's loving the home support and he's loving the tournament. And he breaks the ice in this quarter-final. Nick van den Berg, if you didn't know already, now knows he's got a mighty task on his hands.
We're in Kielce, Poland for the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters, where one of the country's young talents is putting on an impressive display. Wojciech Szewczyk has taken the second rack against Nick van den Berg to lead 2-0.
Rack 3, Wojciech Szewczyk to break, leading 2 racks to 0.
Well, the recipe for Szewczyk, more of the same. 2 super racks to begin with. If that doesn't bolster his confidence, nothing will.
Thunderous break off again. What a reward for the young Pole.
And that was insightful, Alex, because he saw the balls open beautifully. He saw the 1 was on, the 2 was in the open, so was the 3. And yet he didn't betray any form of excitement. He just quietly turned away from the table, went back and got his regular cue, and Now that the Zen master, Nigel Rees, has got rid of that insect, we're off and running again.
This table is more difficult than it looks, because he has to get to the 3 ball. Has to stun to land on the short rail left of the pink 4 ball, and needs to come in straight on the 3, because from the 3 he has to come back to the pink 4 again. That's too much angle. He will have to go back and forth. But then the 8 ball becomes very big. Tricky position, but best choice now would be to go in between the 8 and 9 and play position for the left-hand pocket. Small zone to land in now.
Well, he found the gap, but he didn't achieve any position, and most importantly of all, the 3 ball remains on the table.
Big shot, the first open shot of Nick. Has to come with a big stroke.
Extension called.
He likes to pinch shots, Nick Vandenberg. He's preparing here to open up the backswing and give maximal follow through. Was a good close-up there of his action, and I believe he got there. If he plays soft with a level cue and a lot of left spin, he can bend around that 6 ball. Yeah, he's on. Even managed to play it with right spin. He knows the importance of this rack, not just to get that 1 point, but to punish Wojciech and to destroy or defragment the self-belief of the young Pole. Oh, great shot. Very difficult to judge the speed there. You need to pocket the ball cleanly. If you hit it 2% too thick, then the cue ball will be 10 centimeters too slow.
He's been involved in many big occasion pool games. Seemed a little tense at the start of this contest, but I think this will quell those early nerves. No one's immune to them. And it's just what Nick Vandenberg needed. A miss from Szewczyk. And yes, Holland rising. He's now trailing just 2-1. Nick Vandenberg tells us his sporting hero is the great Dutch swimmer Peter van der Hoogenband. Well, in this match he's trying to swim against a tide of youthful excellence.
Vandenberg to break.
And in rack number 3,
1 rack to 2.
he did pretty well. Did Did I pronounce Hugenban correctly there, Alex?
Pieter van der Hogeband.
7 out of 10 I'll give myself. Okay then. Can he draw level?
And the 8-ball destroys the party. Was a decent break-off by Nick van den Berg. Didn't hit him as hard as Wojciech, and the 7-ball in the end found a way to the center pocket. Nick, coming into the tournament, believed in a medium speed cut break,
Push out
like
cold.
Mika Immonen has done so far. But he told me he was now convinced that medium hard is the way to go, just like Szewczyk and Skowerski have been breaking like. Push out cold, he can pocket another ball if he chooses to. I don't know if I like this shot because the bank on the 1 is very, very big now. The 3 working as a sideboard. It will catch the 1 ball. And yes, this is a quarter-final in the World Pool Masters, but this is a shot to play. Big favorite, Szewczyk, to make the shot. Here we see the beautiful loose grip hand. Playing a cut shot. Playing a cut shot, though. A good cue ball. Played it like a shot to nothing. Managed to steer the cue ball into a safe position.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he didn't play the bank shot, because then we could have seen if it was that easy, as I said.
Extension cold.
Just a reminder to everyone that there's a 35-second shot clock in operation in this tournament in every match. And in every frame, both players are allowed one 35-second extension. Nick van den Berg, due to the complexity of this shot, taking his extension right here.
This has enough speed to go safe. Bank shot will give position on the 2. Nicely done, played it with stun run through. Makes the bank shot somewhat harder. Easiest is with stun or draw.
But Alex, as you well know, being able to bank with self-belief is
Extension call.
an invaluable weapon, isn't it?
Undoubtedly, yes. Because it allows you many times to make an opening shot like Szewczyk did on the 1, but even more to play many valuable two-way shots, where you can attempt to bank the ball and get that cue ball safe. Lucky roll there for Szewczyk. He hit that 2-ball too thick. Was lucky actually that it dropped too thick, so the cue ball did not create an angle. Did get the lucky bounce on the 3-ball. I wonder if he can cut the 4, if he has room to cut it when he puts the cue ball where he was pointing. Great shot. I think he underhit it. Concentration disturbed by the beeper.
Just a fraction too hard. Well played. Full ball, not quite well enough. Another tester. Oh, that is cruel. He did not deserve that. A lot of bays covered, couple of cushions, 3 cushions he made contact with, and yet it went into the middle pocket almost without touching the sides. And it leaves Nick van den Berg with the easiest of tasks to draw level at 2-2. The Dutchman dodged a bullet there. He could easily have been 3-1 down. As it is, he shared the opening 4 racks. We're back after the break. For the second time in this club WPT.com Whirlpool Masters, Nick van den Berg is trying to tame a teenager. He beat Kuwait's Omar Al Shaheen 8-4 in the first round, but with all due respect to Al Shaheen, Szewczyk is an entirely different proposition.
In the previous rack, Szewczyk, though, had a good opportunity, misplayed 2 shots there. Almost missed the 2 ball and then got too close to the 5. Lost his concentration slightly there. It's always difficult as an underdog when you make a good start and then falter to pick that A game up again. And it's advantageous, I think, for Nick that Wojciech started out so good. The first 2 racks he played sublime. So that was Nick alarm clock.
Yes, you made that point in our first quarter-final, didn't you, Alex, when Matthias Snigodski, I thought, was rather flat early on against Alex Pagulayan, but played his best pool towards the end. Ended up with an 8-6 victory. This is the reverse. Wojciech off to a flyer, now pegged back.
And that's for the top dog. For Nick, it's much better because he takes control of the situation early on in the match, where Pagulayan against Snigodski was gradually losing control, and all of a sudden Snigodski started to play good again.
And a few of the rolls are also going in the way of the former Dutch 9-ball champion. He's a European 9-ball champion as well. Runner-up in the World 8-ball championship. Accomplished straight pool player. He's versatile and skilled. As you saw from that.
Beautiful shot here. Played with a lot of confidence, not the bank shot in itself, but the position on the cue ball. Played for that window between the 8 and 9.
And he's been thrown in the ultimate pool cauldron of pressure, hasn't he, as a multiple member of the European Mosconi Cup team. Played in that on 5 occasions, and this year might well result in selection number 6. Well, echoes of the previous rack. The 5 ball on the bottom cushion. First it was Szewczyk's turn to be too close to it. Now it's Berg's. Only safety an option here.
Oh, nice. Very tough to do, being so close to the ball with the rest. He found his gear, Nick van den Berg. Yes, he lost position on the 5, but I can tell with that bank shot on the 2 ball and how quickly he decided to take it on.
Extension called.
Nick van den Berg, on average, this is true, Phil, the last 5 years perhaps 1 hour of practice per week. No more than that.
How about that?
What a shot, look at him. Trying to remain calm, to not show it. But those nostrils were wide open there.
Cue ball very close to the side cushion though. An immense amount of pressure on this 8 ball. Do not be surprised if this one fails to find the target. Oohs and ahs from the crowd. And the section of the crowd who are doing that are the ones who've never played under pressure.
Yeah, good call, Phil. Yeah, there was pressure, absolutely. He got an adrenaline rush after jump banking that 5 ball in. Then when he found himself too close to the rail on that 8 ball, you could tell he was uncomfortable. This shot not easy also for Nick. Not the pocketing in itself, but the tip position to play it with. Just to pocket the 8 and go back and forth, that's all right, but then he'd be leaving himself a long shot. He needs to stroke it in. That's perfect. On this new cloth that slides so much to get that spin in over distance to come over the side pocket.
And for the second rack in succession, it looks as though Nick van den Berg is going to pot 8 and 9 to get the job done. It happened in the 4th, it's just happened in the 5th. And Holland has now hit the front in the shape of Nick van den Berg. The advantage, 3-2.
Rack 6, Nick van den Berg's break, leading 3 racks to 2.
Wojtek Szewczyk faced adversity in the first round. He was 6-4 down, staring at a 7-4 deficit. Managed to beat Ko Pin-Yi, and now he's in a spot of bother again. Trailing 3-2, and with Nick van den Berg breaking in rack 6. And breaking well.
Breaking well indeed. The difference though, Phil, for Wojtek is that now he's trailing because of 2 misses in open play. Of course, when he cut that 5 ball and he scratched 3 rails in the side, little bit of bad luck there, but still he lost position as he did on the 8 ball in the previous wreck. Nick van der Berg very much in the driver's seat. Looking at it like this. He's looking, I believe, to hit the 1 full in the 3 ball and draw the cue ball to where he's placing his hand. It's too soft, but the 3 ball's helping. I wonder if he played that 3 ball on purpose. Something that Efren could have done. Nick is also one of the most creative players, at least on the European tour.
Well, just a couple of people in the crowd applauded because contact was made with the 1 ball, but the applause was abruptly cut short when they realised the 1 was going to be left right on. I'm still digesting what you said in the previous rack, Alex, about the fact that for 5 years now, Nick van den Berg, his average practice per week has been 1 hour.
But this is practice at the table. What he does is at home and do active visualization. It's sort of a meditation. He'll just sit, close his eyes and think about playing the game.
Certain sportsmen over the years have practiced little and had success. One that always comes to my mind is the Paraguayan golfer Carlos Franco, who won on the PGA Tour, the toughest school there is in golf. Hardly ever went to the practice range at all. Colin Montgomery, 8 times winner of the European Tour Order of Merit, he wasn't an obsessive practicer either, unlike Vijay Singh, who was down on the range more than anyone else. It varies with all sports, doesn't it? In snooker, someone who used to practice all of the time, you've probably never heard of him. He was a lower ranked player by the name of Nick Fruin, who occasionally made a final venue. He was obsessively dedicated. Ridiculous amounts of hours put in.
It all comes with the difficulty in sports to accept your technique, to accept that you cannot control. That's the most difficult, right, the last minute before walking out here into the arena, to accept whatever will happen, come what may.
All right, here, van den Berg is visualising a 4-2 lead. And those thoughts could well turn into reality. Indeed, the Dutchman doubles up on Szewczyk, and remember, he was 2-0 down, but with 4 consecutive racks, he leads 4-2.
Welcome back to Kielce in Poland, home of the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters. Holland's Nick van den Berg has taken control of this match, taking another 2 racks and bringing him to within 2 frames of a semi-final spot.
Nick van der Berg on cruise control, extending the lead now 6-2 in favor of the Dutchman.
Rack 9, Nick van den Berg to break, leading 6 racks to 2.
Nick van der Berg making Szewczyk pay dearly for the 2 errors in open play, 2 unforced errors by the young Pole. And ever since, Nick van der Berg has taken the lead, has taken control. Looks on a mission to go to that semi-final. Six ball needs to pass the line.
It's okay, Nick.
Referee Nigel Rees says it's a legal break. The balls didn't open up as well as before, but at least still the initiative.
Shouts of encouragement for the Polish player from the crowd, and he needs every shred of encouragement he can get.
He's too straight on the 3 ball to really work the 4. And he needs to, because the 4 is tied up with the 7. So he chooses conservative, just to see the 4, and to sort out a strong safety. Bank the 4 back up between the 7-8.
And Alex, that was loose. No other way of putting it. Can't sugarcoat that. Poor. The 5 and the 9 providing an impenetrable wall. Vandenberg maybe not as happy with that as he might be, because when you bring the jump into the equation, a negative can become a positive.
Extension called.
And nothing is working out for Szewczyk ever since he missed the shot on the 8 ball. The tide has changed. Played so well up until this match and the first 2 racks of this session.
I think Vandenberg is being wise here to use his extension, settling himself down for what could be a winning thrust in rack number 9.
He had to play it with his speed. Smart shot, he wasn't sure to hit the 9 or not. But with this speed, he would always have had a shot on the 5. I find it great to see Nick, but Ralph Souquet as well, when the match seems to be over, when it's clear sailing, that they stick to their pre-shot routine. Stay in the right mindset, playing one shot at a time.
Yes, no loss of focus prematurely. I think Alex Pagulayan could have been guilty of that in our first quarter-final against Snigotsky. Began well, faded, lost 8-6. Just past the 8-ball, it looks as though this is going to be the lengthiest sequence of winning racks in the tournament so far. 8 and 9 for 7 on the trot. Nick van den Berg has transformed this match at 2-0 down. I'm sure he was a little concerned, maybe more than a little. At 7-2 up though, almost into the semi-finals.
Rack 10, Nick van den Berg to break, leading 7 racks to 2.
The widest margin of victory so far in this club WPT.com World Pool Masters. The 8-2 win for Karel Skaversky over Shane van Boning in round number 1. Nick van den Berg hoping to equal that here. The break is legal. The 1 ball. That's down. So now he concentrates on the 2.
First shot, the hardest. Close to the rail with the cue ball, not much options. Can only hit the high part of the cue ball. Needs to steer around the 4 and then you'll have the 8 and 9 to deal with. That works. When a player is in sync, when he's playing well, when the head works, the arm works, then you're not always sure. He's not always sure if the solution is the right one, but they make educated guesses. So here the kiss on the 4 ball and position on the 3 is just an educated guess.
Called.
Playing the shot with the right speed to have the highest probability of a successful outcome.
With every ball that goes in, it's looking more and more bleak for Wojtek Szewczyk.
Yes, he's out. Can play the 5 with follow, going around to 8-9 or draw towards the long rail and out to center table again. Very straight cueist he is, Nick van den Berg. Hits the ball very clean. Much cleaner actually than Niels Veijer, who'd you see?
Szewczyk's problems began in rack 4. Potted the 5 ball, running off. Vandenberg potted 8 and 9 gleefully. Rack 5, Szewczyk, another chance. Missed the 8 ball with the white close to a side cushion. And ever since, Vandenberg's grip on the contest has tightened. And with an unbroken run of 8 consecutive racks, Nick Vandenberg storms into the semi-finals of the Club WPT.com World Pool Masters. Nick Vandenberg 8, Wojtek Szewczyk 2. No one has conceded fewer racks to reach the semi-finals of the Club WPT.com World Pool Masters than Nick Vandenberg. 3 of the 4 semi-finalists are now in place. It just remains to be seen who will join them there. Will it be Poland's Karol Skawerski or Malta's speed merchant, Tony the Tornado Drago?
In the beginning he played good, and after 2 racks he made a few mistakes, and yeah, I played pretty good. I broke from the right in the beginning, and then I remember Dennis Orcolo breaking in the last match from the left, and he was making 2-3 balls all the time. So I thought, let's switch. I can break a little softer and play position on the 1 ball. That's what I did, and I think that got me over the line.